Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. First off, I wanted to say thank you guys for liking, for sharing, for commenting, and for subscribing to my channel. I truly appreciate the love and support that you guys have shown me so far. So today I wanted to switch things up a little bit. I'm kind of nervous about doing this, but I wanted to do a sit down video with you guys and to do a story time. So, as most of you guys know, I am the proud author of a book called Forgiveness Heals All Wounds. So I am very proud of, because not a lot of people are able to express their thoughts in words, or not a lot of people is able to write a book like I did, to share their stories. Some may want to, but they're not able to, because every time they start to write, they can't find the right words to say, to express certain things. So I'm truly grateful that I was able to write all of 100 and something page to talk about, things that I basically went through. So the reason why I'm doing this video today is because a lot of people have been asking me, what's going on with your book? When are you writing another book? And sometimes I'm like, what, I don't have the interest. Like, I love writing, I love reading, but it's like, I don't know, it's like, I felt like how I envisioned this book going wasn't how it is going. I don't know if that makes sense, but people have been asking me, what's going on with the book, when you're going to write another book, and whatever the case is. So I wanted to sit down and talk about the main reason behind why I kind of stopped promoting the book. I stopped talking about it. It's not a case where it wasn't something that I was proud of. I'm very proud of the book, and I am very well. I wouldn't say that I'm proud of the things that I went through, or that I discussed in the book that I went through, but I am proud of the woman that I am today and that I became today as a result of those things that I went through. So first of all, the main reason behind me writing the book and sharing my story was pretty much, and I prayed about it before I even put it out there, and because I knew that what I wanted was to share my story in hopes that someday somebody might read it and they might be encouraged from it and want to share what they're going through too. But not only that, just if women specifically, if they're going through things that I went through, my aim in writing the book was that they would be encouraged by reading my story, just to know that there's somebody out there that can relate to what they went through and so on. So I published this book in 2018. I don't remember the month, but I published it. It was published in 2018. And when it was published, I had so many, how I thought what I wanted to do with the book was I had a lot of things in mind to do to get it, to promote it. I wanted a lot of bookstores to have it. I wanted it to reach a lot of people so that they can read it. I wanted to do a lot of book launches and stuff like that. But I don't remember the month, but I did my first book launch in Jamaica, and then after I did the book launch in Jamaica, I was planning to do another book launch in like Canada, and then from there I wanted to reach out to different stores and different media outlets to see if they can, you know, like just write an article about my my book, or you know, just get it out there. I did that, like with I did the book launch in Jamaica, and then there was an article, I forgot, it was like I don't remember the name of the newspaper. It was in Canada, but someone, I'm gonna find out the name of it and then I'll post it. But they wrote an article about my book, and then, you know, it was published. So I had a lot of hopes and dreams about the book getting out there and my story being shared and so on. But after when I did the book launch in Jamaica, I think, was it TVJ or CVM? I think it was CVM. I ended up going on a segment on, I think it was CVM at sunrise.
In terms of, if you could identify the ideal reader, that when you are writing this book, you said, I'm writing this book for a person who is the person you wrote the book for?
I think it would be for mainly women and also for single parents. Oh, thank you.
So mainly for women and for
single parents
who are in Jamaica, mostly single mothers.
Right. So not necessarily single mothers, but not only single mothers, but single mothers, single dads who are living in Jamaica and also abroad.
Right.
Right.
And in terms of the relatability of the story, by the way, the register at which you write is easy to read. It's like you want to turn the page.
Right.
So well done on that.
Thank you.
But in terms of having read the book, what is the reader supposed to take from it about their own journey and about yours?
Right. So a lot of women, they go through like stuff when they're younger, like being sexually abused, verbally abused, emotionally abused, and physical abused, and they don't really talk about it.
Yeah.
So I think the main thing to take from the book is just to be encouraged, be inspired, and know that if you are going through something, don't give up. Find somebody that you trust to talk to about it, because a lot of us just keep it inside and don't say anything.
Isn't that the hardest thing, that we've experienced the kinds of abuse that so many of our young people and our young women go through, to then find somebody to trust, is that might be the highest hill to climb.
It might be, that's correct. But when I was going through what I went through, I kept it for years. Yeah. I didn't tell anyone, but that was also something that was holding me back. So until I spoke about it, until I learned to forgive myself, until I learned to forgive the ones that hurt me, that was how I was able to heal.
Guys, audio version of her book, not today. Christina, I want to use the opportunity again, having read through the book, to thank you for your bravery, because unknown to you, persons watching might have had similar, relatable experiences, and on this International Women's Day, your example will become their guide.
Thank you.
And I can probably insert that clip if we can find it somewhere on my phone. But I was on CBM at sunrise, you know, talking about the book and so on. And then it was, honestly, it was really good. I enjoyed, well, let me not say enjoyed, but the exposure like that I got from that, it was really good. So I like that, because even I don't remember the name. Some other bookstore had reached out to me via email, and they asked if I could, you know, like give them a few copies of the book. So I said, well, yes, because I think it's some library. So they asked in Jamaica. So they asked if they could get a few copies of the book, and I said yes, I can, you know, because my mom had some. So I said yes, I could, you know, like have my mom drop it off to you guys, and then you guys can have it for free. Because, you know, when you're doing things, sometimes you have to do things for free, because it helps you to get like the exposure. And well, not that you always have to do things for free. But I feel like in this case with the book, the more people read it, the more people would want to buy it, and, you know, whatever the case is. But anyways, After I got back from Jamaica, I started planning the book launch. In Canada, I started reaching out to some people for them to, like, I started calling around places to get like quotes on how much it would be to rent the space to get the book launch done there. And I don't know what happened. But wait, before I get there, I think what I've learned from writing this book, and I don't know if I've said it before, but every single thing that I said and I wrote about in the book is the truth. It's my story, what I went through. Although, I realize that people will want you to speak your truth, but when it concerns others, they do not want you to speak your truth as it concerns them, because it might make some people look a certain kind of way or whatever. But I felt like in my book I talk about the things that I did that I felt like I could have done better, and so I didn't really talk about things about as for myself to make me look like I'm the saint and I didn't really do anything, but everything else happens to me, because I feel like in life you go through things and you make mistakes, which I made a lot of mistakes and I learned from the mistakes. But my intention in writing this book was never to break up any relationship. I more so was looking at it as, even though I went through this with other persons, we're still able to communicate and we're still able to have a relationship with each other, and we grow from those things that happen to us. So I think that was the point that I wanted to get across, but I felt like it came across in a different way to other people. And I mean, I can understand why those people that it came across that way to might have felt that way. And I think that some people probably read the book, or they read a certain part of the book, but they didn't read the full story, and then that part that they read, it's misinterpreted, and then it gets spread out and sent to whoever, and then whoever receives that information also misinterpreted what the point of view was that I was trying to get across in the book. But in any case, I do want to say that if I have offended anyone by speaking, by talking about certain things in my book, my intention was never to hurt or affect anyone, it was never to hurt anybody's feelings. It was mainly to get my story across and to share what I went through, so that other people can read it and then be encouraged and be blessed from it. And also to let people know that if you have up somebody in your heart, it don't make no sense, because you're only hurting yourself. So in order for you to move forward, you have to forgive yourself, you have to forgive them, and you have to move on. You have to pray about it, and you have to move on from it. You have to find peace with yourself in order to heal and properly move on from what you've been through. That was the whole point of me writing my book. So I forgot I'm going to reach. But anyways, when I came back from Jamaica, as I said, I had called a few places, because the next step was to launch the book in Canada. So I called around. I had some friends that was helping me out too, and so on. But when I came back from Jamaica, and I started planning the launch, the book launch. A lot of stuff was happening during that time, but I started planning the book launch, and then I felt like certain things was, and believe me, I don't believe in certain things, but I do know that it exists, right? So when I came back, and I felt like certain stuff was happening to me that I couldn't explain why it was happening. I went to the doctor. They also didn't know what was causing certain things to happen. But when I came back, I know it wasn't like a month after, but I think it was probably like a week or two after I came back from launching the book in Jamaica. Somehow it's like, first of all, I think I was driving home from work one day, and I feel like my foot, it just started to feel weird, like my foot started to hurt me. I mean, I said, I don't understand how my foot started to hurt me, so it's like it would almost feel numb. So I said, I don't understand how my foot hurt me, so I never did that hurt me before. So, I pray, and every time before me start drive, even when my husband is driving, I always pray and cover him and, cover everybody, because you never know what can happen. So anyways, that was one. And then all of a sudden, it's like some stuff started coming up on my skin, and I could not explain what was causing it to come up, why it was coming up. So it's like I went to the doctor, and when I went to the doctor, I did allergy testing. They did blood tests to find out, what was causing those things to come up. But they didn't know. I thought initially that it was something that I was eating that was causing that to happen. But what was happening is that some marks was coming up on my skin, and then it would come up, and then when it come up, it's like it would itch for like a long period. Well, it wouldn't be like a long period of time, but it would really itch, like scratch me. So it would be really like itching me and so on. So it was it would come up, and then it's like after 30-40 minutes it would disappear as if nothing was happening before. And then the marks would come up again, like after a while. It even happened where, I was, when that was happening, even showering would be so hard. It's like when the water touched my skin, it's like it was burning, and my entire body would be itching. Like when I'm telling you guys that I would itch, like it would itch, and then you could see like the whale, like a lot of marks on my, I'm gonna insert a photo so you guys can see. It was just too much, and I remember crying one time to mommy. I said, "Mommy, I don't know why this is happening, but I can't explain it." I went to the doctor, and I asked. I even stopped. Me love cook with pimento seed in my food, right? So I even stopped cooking with pimento seed because I thought that was what was causing the stuff to come up. I thought I was allergic to something. That was what was causing it. Me take Benadryl, because you know how they say Benadryl help with like allergy reaction and so on. I take Benadryl. Sorry, I take Benadryl, and it would help for a period of time, but then after a while, it just starts happening again. So basically, what was happening was, some stuff would come up on my skin. It would itch me, and then it disappear. And then my skin start itching again, and then it come up, and then it disappear. And when I say it, the marks would be like there, you can see the marks, but like after 40 minutes it just gone, like never did it before, like nothing was happening. I remember I went to like an allergist, and they did like an allergy test, and the guy said him not find nothing what me really allergic to, that's causing it. So him say it could be hives, right? But that was what he said. But he said he wasn't sure if that was what it really was, because it not really sure say me allergic to nothing. I guess from whatever them test me, with, but I mean, not that he never showed that I wasn't allergic to anything, but the stuff that he was saying, it wasn't really like anything that I was eating that was causing that to happen. So but yeah, so it's like that happened for a while. um and then as I said, like I remember one time I was crying to mommy. I said, mommy, I don't know what's going on, I don't know why this is happening, but it's just happening. And then and when I'm telling you guys, it would be so painful, like my body, my entire, like it would itch. And I think it was mainly on my legs. I remember one night I was in the bed beside Nolan and I was digging it, scratching it, and I was crying. And I'm like, I can't take this anymore. I don't know why this is happening to me, but I didn't do anything. And I pray. And I tell you guys that I prayed. And I'm like, God, you have to help me. You have to heal me, because this is weird. This is just very weird. And yeah, I don't know if I did tell you, so when my beard, like, and the water touch my skin, it's like it's like fire, like something burning up. That was how it felt when I was showering, because of that thing that was happening to me. I remember one time I was talking to my aunt, God rest her soul. Her name is Auntie P. She just passed away. But I was talking to her one time on the phone, and I was explaining to her what was happening, and she says, Chrissy, that don't sound right. That just sound weird. It's something don't sound right. But all of them something the way I go through. Say no, me talk time and say no, me I pray about it, and me I hope say eventually on one day everything will be okay. Till eventually that just going. I wasn't feel it, never come up no more, nothing, like it just disappeared. Whatever was happening, it just stopped completely, right? I mean, still did I eat everything I normally eat, but it just stopped. And then even then, like there was another evening that I was driving home from work. And then when I was driving home from work, me don't know this happening now, but me's a very careful driver. Me drive the speed limit. But at the same time, I don't think you can be as careful as you can, and anything can happen. Accidents can happen. Look, me I drive home from work one evening, and out of nowhere, this truck. I was going straight. That truck was also going straight, and then it just stopped, like to make a turn, and I didn't. Well, like me I come up, me I drive, so me nobody I break up or anything like that to give way so that it can go. I mean, I almost missed an accident. I had to swing the car to the next side in order for me not to hit the truck, and all of that just started happening after the book launch in Jamaica. No, I don't know if this is related or if it's coincidental or anything like that, but at the same time, I felt like when I sit down and I think about it, I mean, I say, prior to the book, none of them something I never used to happen, and even to this day, I still felt like since that time, certain things has been happening, and I can't explain like why it happened. But I've been praying and I've been covering myself, and I know that God is hearing and He's answering my prayers. So I just keep praying and trusting God, because I know that eventually, I know that He's answering me, and I know that He's hearing me. But yeah, it's like even to this day, certain stuff would have happened, and it's been happening, and I won't go in detail, but certain stuff will happen. I mean, I say, but I don't understand why this just starts happening like that, and I never had an issue like health wise as it relates to that, and out of the blues that just starts happening. It's just been a lot, and I don't want to relate it to the book, but I do know that after I wrote and published my book, certain things started happening that's just weird, that I can't really explain why it's happening. And so I think as a result of that, I kind of just stopped promoting it and stopped talking about it, because I felt like I don't know if anyone is trying to hurt me, but again, I don't believe in certain things, but I know it exists, But it's just like at that time, and certain things that go through my mind, and I say, you know, this don't make no sense. And when it don't make no sense, it's not like automatically you relate to that, but you pray about it, and it's not like the thought don't flash across your mind. It does, because you know you have people who are wicked like that, and people who don't. Well, I'm not really say them wicked, but you have some people that don't really want to see other people prosper. They don't want you to. They want you to do good, but they don't want you to achieve more than what they have already achieved. But yeah, so that, to be honest, that's the main reason why I kind of just stopped, because I felt like the book, people was hurt from what I wrote, and again, I didn't intend for anybody to be hurt. I was just speaking my truth and sharing my story, but people were offended, and I cannot apologize enough to say that if I offended anybody, I am sorry. I'm truly sorry, but that was never my intention to hurt or offend anybody. But maybe in the future I will think about writing another book and stuff. But I don't know, but it is something that I'm passionate about. I like reading, I love writing, and my mommy can tell me from young, I have a passion for like reading, writing, and so on. So who knows, maybe in the future I will write another book. But there is nothing that I do that I don't pray about first. In everything that I do, I always pray, and I always ask God for direction, just so Him can guide me and say, you know what, you have to do this, you know, you do what you shouldn't do this, or whatever. Before me write something, me pray and me ask about it, because you have to make sure say your words, certain things in our right way, in the proper way, so that it don't come off offensive. And I did that, but for some strange reason, it still offended people, and I didn't intend for that to happen. But yeah, so that's the main reason why I haven't been talking about it and I haven't been promoting it. It's just because of the things that was happening. The main thing was that the stuff that was coming up on my skin, and I couldn't explain why it was coming up, and then out of nowhere it just disappeared and it just gone. And that issue has never affected me again since that time. But it was just weird. So I think that scared me a little bit, and that was what made me stop. But who knows, in the future, maybe I will write another book. Mommy keep when this thought came to mind to talk about it, she said, you know, maybe you should write another book, you know, so maybe not the video, but write another book and, you know, talk about it. And then me say, pray about it. And then pray about it. I think I made a post on my WhatsApp and I asked, and I say, you know, it's been on my mind, I pray about it, and, you know, is it something that you guys would want to see? And then when I asked that question, a lot of people, I big up my WhatsApp family. I love how you guys, you know, are very responsive and so on, but a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, you know, I think I should share it. And so I decided that, you know, on top of praying about it and stuff, I decided that I'm going to, you know, like share the story, share why, so that people can get a better understanding of why I haven't been talking about it. But maybe I think what I might do is just revamp it, rewrite it, rewrite the book, change up certain stuff, and then, you know, republish it, and then maybe, who knows, in the future. But yeah, that's it. That's the reason why. But I'm still here. I'm still giving God thanks. I'm still trusting Him, because I know that He's going to continue to order my steps, and He's going to continue to, you know, direct my path. And me know that no matter what is happening, if somebody did I try something, or if them I try, like nothing can touch what God has anointed. So, and I know there are a lot of people that hide behind like religion and so on, but I'm not that type of person. I believe in a God, and I trust, and I pray, and I have faith. You know, when them says faith like a little mustard seed, that's me. But I have faith like a little more. Certain things, where, you know, and to be honest, it's not all bad, because there are things that happen where sometimes we encourage one another, say, you need to have faith, because right now we don't really see all certain things that happen. But trust me, God, I hear our prayer in my answer with him silly and all those things. So yeah, we have to just trust, everything will be alright. But yeah, that's my story about why I haven't been promoting my book. I just wanted to share it to you guys, so you guys get a better understanding of, why. Because we have some, that's better say it. But yeah, that's the main reason why. And I believe that prayer was what helped me, because when I tell the people pray for me, people prayed for me, like them prayed for me. And I think through prayer was whatever it was that was causing certain things. Prayer was what helped me, and I just have to give God thanks. To be honest, I have to give God thanks. But yeah, that's it. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Oh, and yeah, I'm not gonna close the video out without saying, like, if there's anything that God laid on your heart for you to do it. Pray about it and do it. If you have something where you go through and you want to talk about it, talk about it. You want to write about it, you write about it. Even if you feel like people are going to be hurt by what you have to say, write it. Talk about it, because at the same time, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. Because if you don't talk about it, you're going to forever be hurt. You're going to forever be like in a position where you're in. And I think that's the reason why we find that most like older people, like they haven't healed from certain things that they went through, because they never talk about it, they never mention it or nothing. So you find that some people might get raped, a lot of things might happen to them, and they've never spoken about it because they're afraid of who they might offend. They're afraid, so they might offend this person. And you have some people with them mother kick them out, them father kick them out, and they have a good relationship with their father. No, but deep down, and their mother, but deep down is that they're still hurting by some of the stuff that they went through. And then but I feel like once you talk about it, if it's even with a person, once you talk about it with a person or talk about it to somebody who you trust, you can, it helps. It helps you to feel a lot better. Write about it. Yeah, get a little diary. Write down how you feel. It helps. Trust me. When I'm telling you that it helps. And there are certain things that I would wish, and certain relationships that I would wish was different. But if it's not, and I still pray about it. I would hope for certain relationships to one day change. But if not, I'm trusting God and hoping that in the future, eventually things will change. But yeah. That's it. You just gotta keep trusting, keep praying, keep believing. But yeah, I love you guys, and I truly appreciate all the support that you guys have been showing me. If you're new, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Just subscribe to my channel. Share this video. Make sure you comment. You subscribe, just leave a little encouraging word in the comment section for me, because this video, it take a lot in order for me to make it. I was wrestling with myself and wondering if I should put it out there, but through prayer and encouragement from people, from friends and families, I've decided, that I'm gonna do it. So I appreciate you guys. I love you. Bye. Thank you.